So React.js is, yeah, tell me, is it client-side script or server-side script?
Client-side scripting, sir.
So what are the examples we have for this client-side script?
JavaScript.
JavaScript, React, Angular, all these technologies comes under client-side scripting languages, right? Yes. Now, if you take React, React is an open source client-side script, right? So here, what are the operations we can do with the client-side script? So yesterday I told you some points about this client-side script. So those points are nothing but what we can do. This client-side script, those points we have discussed in last class. Yeah. You tell me what we can do with the client-side scripts.
So
First
we
one,
can do the client-side validation.
validations is one concept. Next one, HTML controls. By default, all HTML controls are static controls. Yes. Those controls you want to convert as dynamic controls. Then also you take the support of this client-side scripts. Okay. Next one, Ajax point of view. We take the support of the client-side scripts to work with Ajax concepts, everything. Then also we are using this client-side scripts. Next one, to execute some logics in browser. So in that point of view, we are taking the support of this client-side scripts. That is the reason why we are using this client-side scripts. Okay, fine. So now we have both client-side scripts as well as server-side scripts, right? Yeah. So where we are using the server-side scripts, can you tell me in which point of view in the server-side scripts? Anyone? What we can do with server-side scripts? Okay. Actually, that is not our role to discuss about the server-side scripts. But if we have a little bit idea about this, it would be better for you. Okay, that's why just I'm asking. Yeah. Now, server-side scripts we are using to work with the database, okay, to connect with the database and to create the API services. In that point of mostly we are using the server-side scripts like JSP, ASP, PHP. All this comes under server-side scripts. So these server-side script, the main advantage of server-side script is to connect with the database and to work with the API services. In that point of it, in the support of these server-side scripts. This is clear. Yes. Like that, we have these two types of scriptings here. One is client-side script, another one is server-side script. Yeah, I think you got the clarity in this point of view. React.js is client-side script implemented by. Yeah. So Jordan, okay. Unplug the Facebook. Okay. Now it is library of JavaScript. Yes, what it is? Nothing but the library of JavaScript. Yes, it is supporting more functionalities of the JavaScript which we have. Those functionalities it is supporting. Yes. Okay. Yes. So JavaScript functionalities are simplified in this React. Is this clear? Yes. Next one. If you take this React.js, yeah. What are the advantages we have in this React.js? Yeah. So yesterday we have discussed about these features. Okay. Features of React.js. So just I am giving you an overview about this. Already we have discussed about these features. Okay, overview concept I am giving to you. Yes, now here supports MVC pattern. It is support that architecture. MVC architecture it is supporting. Okay. So model view controller for reusability, where is this MVC architecture. Next one here supports single page application concept also. Okay. Yes. So single page application is very important for us. That single page application also it is supporting. Yes. Supports so it is supporting that single page application concept. Next one. So single page application means without redirecting to the server every time, no need to redirect to the server to get the information of next pages. Yes, we did not redirect to the server every time to get the information of next pages. That is the single page application concept. Okay, yes, fine. And next one supports data binding. So what is data binding concept? We can bind a variable with HTML control. That control may be text box control or button or any other control. What is the benefit of this binding? Yes, without executing any code, we can get the updates of the variable, and those updates automatically display on the HTML control. Those updates automatically displays on the HTML control. So that is the concept of data binding. Is this clear? Yes. So it is supporting that data binding concept. Okay. Next one. How many types of data bindings we have? Actually, there are two types of data bindings we have. So first one is one-way data binding, and second one is two-way data binding. So I will discuss with you later what is one-way data binding and what is two-way data binding. So that concept I'll discuss with you later. Okay, fine. Next one. So here it also supports many services. Services we are using in functional point of view. So here every service we are using to perform a task. In JavaScript, if you want to implement any task, we need to write some lines of coding. But in this React.js, so predefined services are available. We are using those services directly. So that is the concept of service. Okay. Yes. Next one. Supports JSX format. Already yesterday I have given a little bit idea about the JSX format. So what is the JSX format and where we are using? So that clarity I have given to you that yesterday's session. Yes. JSX means what is that? JavaScript, XML. Yes, this format we are using to apply, apply means to place HTML code inside the JavaScript. That is the concept of JSX. So what is the full form of JSX? JavaScript XML. So normally what happens if I write JavaScript HTML code inside the JavaScript, it raises the error message. But using JSX format, we can write the HTML code inside the JavaScript. That is the main advantage of JSX. Okay, fine. So next one here supports React Native to implement dynamic mobile apps. Yes. So we are using React Native. So what is the main purpose of this React Native? So to work with this mobile applications, mobile apps, we are taking the support of this React Native. Is it clear? Yes. In that point of view, taking the support of the React Native concept. So here hybrid mobile apps we can develop. So hybrid mobile apps means what is that? A mobile application which is compatible with any device. So generally till now, in companies for Android mobile, they used it to work with Android technology. For iPhone mobile, they used to work with iOS technology like that. So there is one technology, phone gap is there. That phone gap is helpful for us to work with the dynamic mobile application. Means here hybrid mobile application. Hybrid mobile application means what the meaning of this? Common application which is supporting different softwares. Means mobiles like Android, iOS, Microsoft, etc. But phone gap has some issues. So React Native is very powerful in this point of to develop the mobile application. That support is also available here. So next one here, it supports virtual DOM. So virtual DOM concept is very important for us. Okay, we have by default every HTML template contains the physical DOM. The problem with the physical DOM is whenever we are modifying any control data or any property in browser, again it is reloading. So here that's the main issue with this physical DOM. But if you take virtual DOM, what the benefit of this virtual DOM here? So this virtual DOM, every time it will not update. Every time it will not update the original DOM. Only the modifications where we done, only the patchwork it is updating on the original DOM. Means every time, whenever we are modifying the controls in the browser, so every time the DOM is not recreating. Only the patch work is means it is updating that modified area. That's all. Okay. So instead of this, normal way if you take here, every time what is happening, the DOM is recreating. That is very big headache for us and it decreases the performance. But while working with the virtual DOM, it is very flexible for us. Okay, because here it is not creating the DOM every time. Only that modified location only it is updating. That is very powerful. So I told you yesterday also this is not available in Angular. So this is the main reason why we got that much high performance with this React compared with Angular. Okay. Yes. So that is the concept of virtual DOM which we have here. Okay. Fine. And next one here supports many validators. Different types of validators are available. Using these validators, we can validate the input controls. Okay, and here even HTML also providing some validators. You can ask me on questions. Are in HTML we have required validator, min length, max length. These validators available in HTML. Then why should I go with this React validators? What are the additional benefits we have? That question you may ask here. Okay, the main advantage is, see, HTML validators we can apply, but you want to modify, you want to execute any code when the error is actually not possible. But this is dynamic. React is dynamic. That's why we can modify the code according to the requirement. We can execute the code according to the requirement if any error is occurred. So that's why here, so for example, I got min length point of view, one error is there. Control is not setting the minimum characters. So then I want to display error message. At the same time, I want to execute some logics also. In that point of view, I take the support of these validators. Okay. So what are the validators we have and how to work with these validators? While working with forms, we will discuss that concept. Okay. Yes. Next one here, it supports Redux. Okay. Yes. Supports Redux. So Redux is used to maintain the state of application. Means what is that? Maintaining the state concept. The data of one page we can transfer to another page. In that point of getting the support of Redux. For example, here add to cart button is there and bill page is there. Okay, so in one page we have product information, add to cart, that button is there. When I click on the button, then I want to add this product in that cart. After that, I want to go to bill page. In bill page, I need to display the all selected products. Means we are transferring the selected products from one page to bill page. Add to cart page to bill page. By default, it is not possible to send the products of not products, any information in web applications from one page to another page. So for that, we are using some concepts like cookies, sessions, etc. Those concepts we are calling as state management concepts. But these state management concepts are not that much flexible. So for that, they introduced this React with the Redux concept. Redux concept they introduced here. It is very powerful state management concept compared with the other objects like cookies, sessions, etc. Is it clear? So this Redux also we are discussing in our classes. So like that, these are the major updates. Now next one here, simple coding. That is the main advantage why we are using this React. So there is not only React, even if you go for any next level frameworks or libraries, okay, of JavaScript, every framework or library is providing the simple coding than JavaScript. That is the main reason why we are using this React.js. So these are the main updates we have. So anyhow, React.js initially Jordan working implemented to work with Facebook application. Okay, so the main reason for this implementation is wanted to use this React with Facebook application. That Facebook he wanted to use with chat application. Okay, that chat application. So later it is expanded and used in different other applications here in this worldwide web. That is the main concept. Okay, fine. This is the basic history of the React and where we are using this React. Okay, so these are the points we have discussed. Now, what are the prerequisites to learn this React.js? Already I told you we should have idea on this JavaScript. That in JavaScript point of view, advanced JavaScript is very important for us. That's why before starting the concepts of React, I will discuss the JavaScript concepts. Okay, later only we are discussing the React concepts. Okay, yeah. So now one use case we are discussing, that use case where we are using this React. Okay, so for example, login form. Take as use case. Yeah. So what are the steps we have in this login form to work with this login? Yes. So that's the main point. Yeah. So now here, in order to work with this login form, what are the steps? First, design. Yes, we need to design that login form. That is the first step, right? And the second step, implement client side. Okay, validations. Third step, send data to server. Yes, what the third step we have? Send data to server. Fourth step, check username and password valid or valid. Redirect to either welcome page or valid login. So these are the steps which are involved to work with this form. Okay, yeah. Yes. Now here, first step, what are the technologies in companies they are using to work, design the login form, HTML, CSS, and implementation clients and logics. Okay, in old days, programmers used to work with JavaScript, and in these days, okay, we are taking the support of client side scripts like this React, etc. Okay, now here, and send the data to server. Send the data to server. So in this point of view, what are technologies we are using here? Which technology we are using to send the data to server? Yes, there also we are using React. Okay, yeah. We are taking the support of Ajax. So from browser, you want to connect with the server, we are taking the support of Ajax. So that Ajax also we are implementing with React. Next one, check username password is valid or invalid. So in database, this username password, all users information available. Check whether this username password valid or invalid. So in that point of view, we are taking the support of server side scripts like just ASP. Yes, like they're taking the support of this server side scripts. And when we are coming back to browser, so whether username is valid or invalid, like there's some validation based on the validations. I mean, based on the backend API result, we need to navigate that user from one page to another page. Okay, that page may be okay. Yes, welcome page or invalid user page. So then we are taking the support of so again client side script, that is React. In React, a routing concept is there. Nothing but I told you, single page application concept is there. We are taking the support of this single page application in that point of. Yes, yeah. These are the main areas. Now, if you take the simple login page as example, okay. So in 3 different locations, we are using this React. Okay, here, yes, and here, and here. Like that, any concept if you take as use case, okay, in all concepts, minimum requirement is there for this client side script. It is compulsory in web applications without client side script. Okay, in web applications without client side script, we can't implement anything. So in that scenario, we are taking the support of this React technology here. Okay. Yes. So registration page, if we take same steps, creating the form, everything is same. Like that, we are working with these concepts. Yes. Yeah. So this is the main area where we are using to work with this. Now you got some clarity in this point of, right? Yeah. So you have any doubts? You can ask me now. Till now we discussed some points. In these points, you have any questions, any doubts, you can ask. Tell me.
So for mobile applications, like normally we download from the on iPhone, we download it from the App Store. For Android, we have a Google Play. So when we build an application in React, so
see, you are asking about how download point of. I am telling about development point of. Okay. Yeah. So you want to develop any mobile application. So that application, if it is Android,
right,
then we are using Android software. If it is iPhone application, then we are using iOS software, right? Normally.
right.
But here we need to use these 2 softwares to develop mobile application for Android, iOS, and Microsoft. That is another software we are using for Microsoft mobiles. So Microsoft mobiles also available. Okay. So, but actually 3 different applications you want to implement, it is very costly procedure to the client. That's why which one is economy now? Okay, simple. So in that point of client is always thinking. So if you think like that, then we can go with the React Native. This React Native is allows us to develop the mobile app, and that app is compatible with any mobile device. That is the main advantage of this. Got my point? Yeah. For that, we are working with this React Native. Is this clear? Yeah. So only one application we can implement. That application is compatible with any mobile device. Like that. Okay, fine. Now, already I told you in last class what are the technologies, I mean, what are the concepts we are covering here. So initially I am starting with JavaScript. Yes. So initial concept is JavaScript. Okay. In JavaScript, we are covering many concepts like callback functions, okay, async await, promises, okay, and map functions, filters, all these things, okay, and generators, okay. Next one here, ECMAScript. 6 concepts we are discussing. What is ECMAScript and how to work with this ECMAScript. All these concepts we are discussing here. Okay, yes. So once it is completed, okay, then we will discuss React, the structure of React application. So what are the things we have in this React, okay, library. So once the structure, everything, under node package manager, NPM. So all these concepts we are discussing. Once it is completed, then we will work with the remaining concepts like programming point of view, what is data binding, how to work with this data binding, and next one, how to use, okay, how to use single page application. So all these concepts we are discussing. Okay, fine. So here, this is a library. So this library is providing set of functionalities. Here we also discuss how to connect with server-side APIs. Okay, server-side APIs, how to work with the API services. So that concept also we discuss here. Okay, and next one, Node.js integration and MongoDB. So how to connect with the MongoDB, how to use this MongoDB. So that one also we are discussing here. Okay. Yes. So these are the main areas which we are covering. Okay. Yes.
So total main stack is covered, sir?
No. So don't expect the main stack, not main stack. You're expecting the main stack, no? Yes. So don't expect the main stack completely. Okay. Just I'm discussing you basic things. Okay. In Node and MongoDB point of view, the main concentration is on React. But in React, you should know how to fetch the data and how to work with update, delete functionalities, CRUD operations, right? In that point of view, taking these concepts. So like Node.js interaction as well as MongoDB interaction. These things we are covering that's all. Okay. Yeah. So here, don't think complete Node and complete MongoDB. We are covering it. Don't think like that. Okay. Fine. Yeah. Next. So we are starting our discussions with JavaScript. Yes. So JavaScript is very important concept for us. Okay. Yeah. So that's why we are starting our discussions with JavaScript. What is JavaScript and how to work with JavaScript. Okay. So those things we are discussing now. Before that, in this React point of view, have any more queries you can ask me. Any more doubts, any more questions you have in this point of view, you can ask me now. Yeah. So all of you clear with these concepts which we are going to discuss. Okay, fine. Now first I'm starting with JavaScript. So as I told you, React is the library of JavaScript. So what is the difference between a library and a framework? Can anyone tell me? What is the difference between library and framework? Okay. So this is on common interview question they're asking you when you are going to for any interviews. Okay. Yeah. So if you take library and framework, okay. So library framework both providing set of functionalities, but framework, if you take, framework is providing a structure to build the applications. Okay, so framework is providing a structure to build the applications, but library is not providing any predefined structure, just it is providing some functionalities. Those functionalities we are directly accessing from our native code, that is nothing but JavaScript. You got it? Yeah, that's why here in learning point of view, okay, JavaScript is very, React.js is very simple than Angular, because here React is providing set of functionalities. Those functions directly we are using in JavaScript. So, but Angular is not like that. Angular is providing one predefined structure to create the applications. Inside that only we can write the logics by using TypeScript. But here in React point of it is not like that. So programming, coding, everything in JavaScript. We are using the additional features of React in our JavaScript code. That's why definitely every React programmer should know the concepts of JavaScript. Is this clear? Yes. So then only we can work with this React.js. So like that Angular programmer, if we take here, Angular programmer should know the concepts of TypeScript. Okay, Angular programmer should know the concepts of TypeScript. A React programmer should know the concepts of JavaScript. That's the concept. Okay, yes. So anyhow, what is the difference between framework and library? If anybody asks you this question, simply you can say framework and library both providing a set of functionalities to develop the logics, but the main difference is framework is providing a predefined structure. So inside this structure we are implementing the logics, but library is not providing any structure. It is providing only packages, set of packages or functionalities we can call. So those directly we can use in our application. So that is the main difference between these two. Yes. So now, yeah, come on, someone is asking.
Yes, sir. So framework provides structure plus packages, or
framework is providing, yes, it is providing packages along with a predefined structure.
okay.
So here, one more point you can identify why many programmers are looking with React, because already in companies, programmers working with JavaScript, right? Yeah. So those programmers can easily migrate to React for the next level. Got it? So that's why in many companies, they are using yes, this React.js, because already they know JavaScript. Okay. So if they learn the libraries of React, okay, so simply they can easily work with this React.js. So additionally, no need any efforts to learn other concepts here. Already, if you know JavaScript, React is very simple. That's why the learning curve is also more for this, means huge for this React, and complication is very less compared with Angular. Okay. Yes. So here, first of all, I'm starting with JavaScript. And in which point of we are using JavaScript. These concepts we are discussing now. Yes. So what are the points we are discussing here? Those all points are applicable for our React. Okay. Yeah. So those points we are discussing now. First of all, here, according to your knowledge, what is JavaScript? Tell me. Yeah, one point you can easily answer. Is it client-side script or server-side script? Is JavaScript client-side script or server-side script?
Client-side scripting, sir.
Yeah, client-side script. Yes. The main purpose of JavaScript is to work with the browser functionalities. Yes. So JavaScript is a client-side script. So this JavaScript we are using, yes, to work with browser functionalities. That is the main reason why we are using this one. Okay, fine. Now here, when we are working with the JavaScript, so we should have the DOM architecture. What is DOM architecture and how to work with this DOM architecture? All these things you must clear. I will discuss these concepts. First of all, here, if you observe this JavaScript, so JavaScript is implemented by Netscape Corporation. JavaScript is implemented by Netscape Corporation. Don't think, okay, JavaScript belongs to Sun Microsystem. Actually, there is no relationship between Java and JavaScript. First point. Is it clear? Yes. JavaScript is the product of Netscape Corporation. Java is different and JavaScript is different. Is it clear? Yes. So now if you observe the JavaScript, JavaScript is implemented in 1995. And original name of JavaScript is LiveScript. What is the original name of JavaScript? LiveScript. So later it is renamed as, okay, yeah, JavaScript. So here the JavaScript is open source client-side script. Okay, it is an open source client-side script. Okay, fine. Now, if you take the JavaScript, JavaScript is supporting many features. Okay, so first of all, here JavaScript is loosely typed script. Remember this point. So what are the points we are discussing here? Same points are applicable to React.js. And JavaScript is loosely typed script. What is the meaning of loosely typed script? Yes. So this JavaScript is not supporting any data types at the time of variable declarations. Generally, if you observe here, when we are creating the variables, we are providing the data types in other languages like integer or number, string, boolean, like that. But while working with JavaScript, we don't provide any data types. That is the loosely typed script. And not only JavaScript, this React also loosely typed script. So what are the features we have in the JavaScript? So same features will be applied for this React.js. Okay. Yes. Next one here, JavaScript. Yeah. Is it case sensitive or case insensitive? Tell me. According to your knowledge. So JavaScript is, yeah, what is that? Case?
It's insensitive.
Yeah, so JavaScript is case sensitive and camel cases. It follows the camel cases. Okay. Yeah, camel case means, what is the meaning of camel case? Yeah.
Starting letter is capital.
Yeah, every word first character is capital letter.
Sir?
Yes. So for example, yeah, you are asking any question?
Yeah, JavaScript is not support data types, means where is a data type, right?
Where is not data type. Okay. Where is scope? So many people, okay, that is the mistake. They are thinking where is data type. Okay. Yeah. Okay. If where is data type, then which type of data it is storing? Don't say any type. Yeah. If any type, then no need to give where. Na? Yes. So where is not a data type, where is the scope? Okay. So I will show you one program, then you will get more clarity. Okay. Yeah. So where as well as let, these two are used to provide the scope to the variables. So here just a simple program in easy way I will discuss with you to get the clarity in this point of view. Now here, so this is the script I have taken. In this script, just function fn1 have. Okay. Here I am declaring where x is equal to 100. So let x. So don't try to understand this program. So reminding people, okay, because this function, everything I will discuss later. She asked me one question to give the clarity. I'm explaining this one. This pro.html, this file. Okay, let me open in this desktop. Yes. Now 100 is the output which we are getting. Okay. Now what I am doing here, I want to take one more function, right? Function. Yeah. So in this function, just alert message where alert we use to display the message box. So alert function 2, and that function I'm calling now. Now you can see this. It displays from function 2. Now what I am doing here, from function 1 I am calling function 2. Okay. Then both functions will invoke. So function 1 is coming here 100 and function 2 also. Now this alert x is there. Now, so that alert x I am displaying in function 2. Now you answer. So what is the output you are expecting here? So x is declared in function 1 or function 2? Where this x is declared? Is it declared in function 1 or function 2? Where?
Function 1.
Function 1.
Function 1. I am trying to call it from function 2, right?
Yes.
Yes. Will it display the output? Yes or no?
Not alert.
No.
Not display
X.
X.
Yeah, you are correct. Now refresh. 100. 1 second. Save this. Yeah. Now refresh it. From function is there, after that x is not displaying. So if I right click and go with that, inspect, error is there. So where we can see the errors in JavaScript here, in this inspect, console option is there. Inside this console, you can see the error messages. Now here I have given this console. Just yeah. Now here, go to this console. So in this console, x is not defined. Okay. Now what I'm doing here, simply I'm removing this where. I remove this where. Now save this and go to this output. Refresh. Now you will get 100 also. Got this?
Okay.
Yeah. Means with where is function scope. Without where, that is global scope.
Okay. Got
And
it.
let is block scope. Let is there in ECMAScript 6. I will discuss it. Okay, with ECMAScript 6 concepts, we are discussing what is where, what is let, and with where and let. Many interview questions also there. What are the differences between where and let? Yes, and in hosting point of view, is where is hosting with undefined or not? Let is hosting with undefined or not? Like that. So many concepts are there. So those concepts we will discuss. So anyhow here, where, let, these are used to provide the scope to the variables. You understand? Yeah. So don't think these are as data types. Okay. Yeah. So data types explicitly we cannot provide in JavaScript. Internally it contains the data type. For example, here alert type of X I'm using here. Yeah. Now you can see if I refresh, what the type of this X number it displays. It is not displaying where or let here. Okay. Yeah, like that, internally based on the value which we are assigning. For example, if I enter Scott, then it displays string. Yes, like that. It internally contains the data types, but externally it doesn't have. We can't provide any data types for this. Okay. Yes. So anyhow here, it is loosely typed script. And next one, yeah, where is our notes? Again, I will explain all these concepts. You need not worry about this. Okay. Camel cases means, for example, get element by ID is one function. Means from second word onwards, every word first character is capital letter. Is this clear? Yeah. This is the concept of camel case. Okay. Yes. Now, here, next point. So let me delete this. Every browser default client side is JavaScript. Yeah. So all browsers, okay, support the JavaScript. So every browser default client side script is JavaScript. That is very big advantage. Okay. Yes. All browsers support this JavaScript. Okay, fine. Next one. So in every browser, we have engines to work with the JavaScript. That is the meaning of this. Next one. So JavaScript is object-based script. Means it is supporting many objects. Okay, we are working with these objects here. Okay, JavaScript is object-based script. So here in the JavaScript document object model, so window is the primary object. Inside the window object, we have other objects. Okay, so those are all we will discuss. Okay, later. So what are the other objects we have? Everything we will discuss here. So anyhow, this is object-based script. Okay, means it is supporting the objects. That is the concept of this. So what are the objects we have and how to work with these objects? Everything we will discuss later. Okay. Yes. Yeah. These are the main points which we have here about this JavaScript, and JavaScript is interpreted script. But when we are coming to this React, okay, so one compiler is there. Okay, that is okay. BAM compiler is there, like that. Different types of compilers we have here. So we can use these compilers. Interpreted script means line by line execution is there. Compiler script means what is that? All lines executes at a time. Yes. So that is the difference between interpreted script and compiler script. Okay. Yes. So these are the basic points what we should know about this JavaScript initially. Same points we are applying to the React also. Okay. Yes. Now, how to create the JavaScript program and what are the locations we have to work with the JavaScript? Those concepts I will discuss in tomorrow's session. Okay. Yeah. So any queries, any doubts you have, you can ask me now. Any doubts you have, you can ask me.
Sir,
Yeah.
I want to ask something.
Ask.
I'm not from computer science background. I'm from mechanical background.
Yeah.
And, I have joined IT company recently, and
Okay.
my technology is also React. I have got the basic training of React, but it was not much of help. So I have joined this class, and I have got the UI technology, means UI field. I'm not knowing much of it, but what should be my course while learning this? Means by going through this course, what should be my path? Means what
So
should I
first
learn
of all,
earlier?
already you have taken training now. Yes.
Yeah.
Then why you join again here?
So my training was just basic training only, and I was not, means I'm on my own. I'm not able to do programming yet. Means I'm able to, means the last time you showed na that login form. I have developed that login form that
Okay.
requires everything, but also I need that help from Google. I'm not able to do it on my own.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So then W3 schools is there now.
Yes,
In
sir.
the
I have
W3
tried that.
schools, you can go with that HTML, CSS.
Yes, I also joined HTML class also in morning session. It is there. I'm
Ah,
clear with HTML, CSS, means basic training my went na. It was very good for HTML, CSS, but
yeah.
React it got a bit of difficult. It was not able
Yeah.
to grasp.
That is difficult through W3 schools and other websites. So that is enough to that HTML, CSS knowledge. If you know, that is enough. Okay, even without HTML, CSS also we can learn this React, but that is additional advantage to you if you know that HTML and CSS. That's why not only for you, everyone I'm recommending you. So go to the W3 schools, and just if time is there, then you can go with that HTML, CSS concepts. And regarding that, if you have any queries, you can ask me in class tomorrow. So no problem.
Okay. And
Yes.
sir, as my course means my, what I can say, job profile is going. The course is right now, or I have to join the project group. Means I'm not
First
knowing
you
much.
should learn the course. Now, once you clear with this course, then only you are eligible
Yeah.
for the
Okay.
project.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
Fine. Any other queries? Okay, fine. So in tomorrow's session, I will discuss the programming with this JavaScript. Okay, very important for us. So many people, they will think, okay, you know JavaScript. I know how much JavaScript you know. Okay, that is not sufficient for us. Advanced JavaScript is very important. That in entry point of view also, I told you 95% questions they're asking JavaScript. 95% questions definitely. Now when you upload resume, check it out. With React, upload the resume, check it out. So 95% question they're asking JavaScript. So that's we must concentrate a lot in the JavaScript. Don't take it as light. Okay, fine. Tomorrow we'll discuss the programming point of view. Okay, so tomorrow Saturday we have class. Sunday is holiday. Okay, fine. See tomorrow session you can leave. Thank you.
Tomorrow is first Saturday, right?